Hi everyone, this week's feature is on furniture scratching, and today I'm running through reasons why cats scratch in general and what it is that causes them to use the sofas or furniture rather than the scratch posts that have been provided. So the first and most common reason for scratching is for claw maintenance. So scratching removes the worn down outer claw sheaths to uncover the sharper layer below. And this is why you'll often find these outer layers around the base of a scratch post. When they do this, they need to really pull down on the scratch post or whatever it is that they're choosing to scratch on. So if it's rickety or unstable, as many of the more taller scratch posts are, they're not physically going to be able to use this outlet for claw maintenance, and they're going to look for something more sturdy. They'll also use the scratch post to have a good stretch on, particularly after they've woken up, and usually this involves stretching up to their full height, digging their claws in and having a good pull downwards. So again, the sturdiness of the scratch post is important here too, as well as the height, so that they have enough room to stretch up to their full height. Sofas fit the bill for this sort of scratching to a T. They're heavy, so they're not going to move when they're pulled down on, and they're usually a really good material for getting their claws really stuck into, and they're just the right height to allow cats to stretch up and pull down. So in terms of what cats need in a scratch post and what they would choose for themselves, it's actually very difficult to beat the arm of a sofa, and as the week goes on I'll be covering advice on how to do this. Some cats may want to do their scratching horizontally rather than vertically, and this is a completely normal part of cat behaviour. In this case, you might have provided a really good scratch post and positioned it in the most suitable location, but still they might carry on using the carpet, particularly one of the stairs, or dragging themselves along the base of your sofa. Scratching is also a method of feline communication. Cats have scent glands between the pads on their paws, and while scratching they're depositing their scent, much like they will do when they use their facial glands and rub their faces along your furniture. The scratch marks also serve as a visual marker too, so you may find that scratching happens in the most prominent areas of your home. Many scratch posts end up being tucked away in a corner or in a spare room, so they're not going to be very useful for marking. And again, the arm of the sofa usually fits the bill for this too. Often the arm of the sofa pokes out into the middle of the room and sometimes it's opposite a doorway, so it's the perfect place for them to leave the scent mark and the visual mark. Some sofa materials, such as leather, also leave what I'm sure is a very satisfactory visual mark for them too. So when you think about it, it's easy to see why the cat prefers to use the sofa over any other scratch post provided. A third reason for scratching is often attention seeking, or to gain access into an area that they can't get into. And the most common example I see of this is when the owner has had a new baby and the cat finds itself closed out of the bedroom overnight. The cat spends a good chunk of the night desperately trying to scratch their way into the room, often destroying the carpet or even the door in the process. So this is obviously the last thing the owner wants when they've just had a newborn baby, and the cat soon learns that nothing makes the owners jump up quicker than scratching at the carpet. And whether owners are picking them up for a fuss or to tell them off, they're still getting the owner's attention, so the behaviour is reinforced and continues, and it's more likely to happen again. This sort of scratching could be anywhere in the house and tends to be in the place that the owners least want them to do it, as one chance scratch on the brand new £1,000 carpet or sofa causes the quickest response from the owner. So that's a quick overview of why cats need to scratch and why they often target furniture over scratch posts. Later in the week I'll be covering advice on what to look for in a suitable scratch post and how to redirect your cat scratching away from the furniture and onto the post. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you next time.